I need to create your user, right? Now I'm going to go the long way here to show you how to do this so you understand how to use a spreadsheet to do it. So so I'm going to go first. I got to create the users I want. In this case, you, right? So I'm hold on. I'm going to go manage, add a user, and it gives me the option to. I'm going to do it via spreadsheet, right? Bulk update users is what I want to use. So when I click this, it's going to give me a way to download a template, right? So like I want to download a template, right? And I'm going to add users to this template just like I would in USD21.org. Have you used the import? Let's see, it was a template. I did Bethany already. Have you used this method before?
No.
Okay. So I'm getting the template straight from Google. So oh, sorry, I thought it was supposed to be a dot. Okay. So I'm just saving this file here, right? Because I click download and I'm saving it. Okay. Now that I've saved the file, I'm going to open this file up, right? And I see all the stuff I can add here, right?
I can't see the doc. It still stopped at the download page.
Oh, that's because I moved it over here. Duh. Okay. My bad. Okay, so I'm going to make a copy of this. And I'm just going to put Sybil on it, okay? So I know who you are, right? And I want to give you this email address. It's a Sybil Zhang at iccm.global. Okay. That's the email I want to give you. And the password I'm going to give you, I'm going to call it change me PL34S3. Change me, please. Okay. Okay. Password, hash function, no. Org unit. What's the org unit path? Let's see. I need to put you in a school, right? So let me go back here. For now, I'm going to cancel this. I'm going to come back to this in a moment. But I need to make sure that there's a school that you're going to be imported into. So I'm looking at organizational units. I'm like, okay, what school? Well, looks like there's an iccm Sydney. So I'm going to import her into that because she's probably going to be the admin for that. Right? Okay, so that's where I'll put you. So that's iccm Sydney. Let me copy this. And then let me go back to my spreadsheet. And I'm going to go /iccm Sydney. Okay. Let's see. New primary email. I'll leave that alone. Recovery email. I'd put your personal email in here, right? So I'm going to find out what that is by looking on USD21, right? This is USD21, right? See? I went back to that system. And I'm like, okay, what is her information? Let's see, Sybil, boom, and then let's see. Okay, that's her secondary email. Cool. I'm going to use that. Let me go back to my spreadsheet. There you go. So home, secondary email. I'm going to use the same one. Work, recovery was this recovery phone. Let's use. I'm back at the this back at USD21, right? See, I'm grabbing your phone. I'm guessing that's a mobile number. I don't know. I'm just saying. Anyway, now I'm going back to the spreadsheet and I'm putting this for your recovery and then mobile phone. Boom. Okay, cool. See what I'm doing here? I'm not.
Yeah.
Now I'm done. So now I've got everything set. Okay, so that's where we're at with you. So what's this going to do? This is going to create you a new email address when I upload it. So I'm going to save this. Sybil. Okay, that's right. I'm save it. Replace it. Okay. Now we're going to run this. So let's go back to here, right? And users, bulk update users, and I'm going to attach that CSV file I just made. Now, if I was doing this for like the next 15 students, it would have 15 entries in that CSV file, just like I showed you. Now, here's the thing. If it blows up, it tells you why. So, yeah, I forgot where I put this. Where did I put this? Documents, CyberMinistry, I think. Oh, my gosh. Here it is. Okay, yeah, there it is. All right. Sybil, open. Upload. Parse row 2. Unable to parse. Okay. So let's cancel and let's go to row 2 and see what happened. Row 1 is this. Row 2 is unable to parse row 2. Okay, let's try something. File. Save as. CSV. Save. Yeah, let's replace it. Okay. What happened here? So iccm Sydney. Change me. Required. Recover email. Secondary email. Let's try this. Let's remove these phone numbers because they have to be formatted a special way. Let me save this and see if I can do it again. Okay, so let's go bulk update users, attach CSV file, boom. All files. Boom. Okay, open. Upload. Okay, it was in fact the see details. Download log. So it didn't work, right? So now I'm downloading the log and I'm gonna read this thing. Like what happened? Okay, so what happened? It's gonna tell me exactly what happened. It's gonna be gobbledygook, but it won't be that hard to understand, right? OU invalid. What does that mean? That means the organizational unit that I put down is wrong. Here's how I figure out what went wrong. I go here and I go download users. Show all of them. Okay, where's org unit path? Okay, cool. I'm downloading all the users so I can see what format Google expects the organizational unit to be in. The organizational unit again is this right here, right? I forgot bachelor's program. That's why it blew up. So if I go back to here, right, and I put bachelor's program, what do you want to bet it'll work? Huh? What do you think?
Sorry.
Any takers? Give it a whirl, bro. Okay, I just saved it. Huh?
Because I can't really see the another side of spreadsheet. I only can see the workshop this side. So I'm just trying to figure
Well,
out.
can you tell me what you can see? Can you see where my cursor is right now?
Let me just
Are you using
screenshot.
a phone?
Yes.
Yeah, from now on, if we're going to do a training session, you can't use your phone. I'm sorry.
Okay, no worries. Sorry for that.
Because you know, you didn't know that, so it's not your fault. But just so you know, like we're going over how to use the system, and I mean,
Yeah.
although you can use your phone to do this stuff, it'd be really clunky. And I don't think this would work on a phone anyway, this upload process. Maybe.
Yeah.
So can
So
you
but
see?
are you recording this whole thing
I
right
am.
now?
I am.
Okay, great. Yeah.
So what do you see here?
I only see the workshop part. So I don't see how you put things in the spreadsheet. It would just be uploading page here.
Just a moment. I think the problem is my presentation isn't set correctly. So I want to present
Okay.
an entire screen. I selected window and I was supposed to select entire screen. So now you should see what I'm working on.
Okay, now I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I changed was this bachelor's program, right?
Yeah.
That's because when I looked, it gave me an error and I downloaded this log file, right? And I saw OU invalid. You see that? That tells me the way I had the organizational unit formatted here was incorrect.
Okay.
See that? I think that's correct. Now, remember, I just downloaded everything. I mentioned how I downloaded everything. So I'm going to go back to the admin interface. Let's see. I think, is that it? Where are we at here? Let me just minimize this. Minimize this. Where was it? Maybe here. I forgot. Okay. Boop. Where are we? Okay. Well, I don't know what I did with it. There was a page where I instantiated all of them. Boop. Is this it? No. That's weird. That is weird. Okay. Huh. All right. Well, we'll make this work. So we'll go back here. This is USD 21. So I'm going to leave that open for now. This is you at USD 21. This is, okay, DFW. Okay. So bachelor's program, we added it. Let's go back to users. And now we want to bulk update users, attach the CSV file that we've been working on, which is this one right here, right? That's the one we've been working on. Let me make sure I think I saved it, but yeah, I saved it. Okay. So this guy, open, right? And then upload. If it barks at me, it's probably still the, okay, it worked. Green means it worked, right? So that means everything was successful, that you got imported. Now we look for your user here. We should find your user. There you are. Cool. So now you're a user on the new system. I'm going to give you privileges to work as the administrator for Sydney. So now you can use this system just like you use USD21.org. Here's the thing, though. Let's say you really want all your emails to be ported over because you're a student. You're like, I use my USD21 email as a student for the last semester, and I need to have all my emails on my new account. Fair enough, right? Okay, so now we're going to do a data import. So we go to data. So I'm on the new system, right? iccm.global or the hosted by DFW, right? I'm on the new system. Now I'm going to go to data import and export. And then I'm using the new data migration system. Okay. Okay. Oh, hold on. I got to save this. Sorry. You have to save everything, which makes sense. They're trying to be like Jesus. Jesus saves. Anyway, enough of that nonsense. Okay. So under data, you go to data migration. And I'm going to use this workspace email feature right here. There are other ways to do this from other systems, but we don't need to do that. We're going from one Google workspace to another. We're going from USD21.org, .zang at USD21.org. We're migrating it to DFW or iccm.global. They're the same thing, right? So we're over here on dfwicc.org. That's what we're looking at right now. And we're going to connect to USD21 and pull all those emails over to the new account on iccm.global or dfwicc.org. Okay? That's what we're doing. So I'm going to click migrate. And it's like, okay, I'm already connected. You would connect here. You would not see this connection here. It'll say, what super user account do you want to use on USD21.org to import? And you have to use this connection part here, right? And when you do, there's something interesting that happens. It goes, hey, you have to authorize this connection. So when you set your email address here, right now it's mine because I'm doing the demo, right? And you click connect, it's going to send an email to sybil.zang at usd21.org, and it's going to ask you in that email to click confirm, yes, this connection's okay. If you don't do that, you can actually go all the way through this process. I did this the first time I was doing this. All the way through this process. If you don't confirm the connection, it'll error out and say you have no permissions, blah, blah, blah. And it's like a mystery, like what's going on. And then I went into my email and I'm like, wait, I got several connection requests because I did the process several times. And then I said, okay, in my email, and I was able to authorize this connection. Make sense?
Yeah.
Any questions so far?
No.
Okay. imported Bethany, so you saw that earlier, right? Bethany, so that's just Bethany. I'm going to change this out, right? Look, it says source G user, target G. That's the format of the file that you're going to upgrade. It's called a migration map. So you got your USD21 user on one side, and you've got your iccm.global user on the other side. So if we go and look at, let's see, these files here, right? So here's Bethany one, right? I'm going to change this. See, I just took the same format that is presented right here, right? And I just made a CSV file with it. Now this is Bethany. So, but you will change it. Oh, sorry. Right?
Yep.
It's ZENG, right?
Yep.
And we made the same account here. And we're just going to import that. So I'm going to save this as. Now, ideally, you would do a dozen or more of these. You wouldn't just be doing one at a time. I'm doing one at a time just to show you how this works. But when I did this for another church, I had like 20, 30 different emails that I was doing this migration process for. And I'm going to save this. So now I have this Sybil.zang CSV that's got this format in it. Again, if this was a bunch of iccm students that I was migrating, not if they're brand new accounts. You don't need to do this if they're brand new accounts. Just make brand new accounts. But if they have a USD21 email and they have correspondence on that USD21 email, they need to migrate. That's when you go through this extra step here that we're doing right now. Otherwise, you don't need to worry about it. If they're a new student, you don't need to worry about them. Okay, so that's this situation. And then let's go back to this. I'm going to say upload migration map. And obviously, I'm going to replace the one that I have with you, right? The one we just made.
Yep.
Okay. Now, there are settings, right? Configure migration settings. I set it for January 1st of this year, right? You can change this. Maybe you're like, no, bro, I've been doing iccm since 2022. So can we put that January 1, 2020? Okay, we'll do that. Well, and I also have some stuff in my deleted messages that I might want to keep just in case. Okay, well, we'll put deleted messages too. There's stuff I don't, maybe you have labels like, you know, trash or spam or whatever. You want to exclude it. You can tweak this if you want. I generally think people typically don't need emails that are older than a year older. But for example's sake, we'll just leave this here as it is, right? And so anything from January 1, 22 till now on your USD21 account will be migrated to your new one. Does that work for you? Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to click save because, you know, this one thing that Google has right. They want to be like Jesus. They want us to save. That's good. Okay. Now I'm going to run Delta migration. The reason it uses this terminology is because we've already been doing migrations and we've been updating this interface I have several times. So the migration process is like been updated several times. And that's why it's saying run Delta migration, blah, blah, blah. Don't sweat it. What that means is if we had one giant spreadsheet that had everybody on it, which we don't, if we did, we could rerun this process and continue to update their emails until we cut them off from the old system. But what we're doing it is one by one. We're not doing one big cutover because we're just too big of an organization to do it all at once. We don't have the organization or the skill set or the personnel to do that. We, like you, we run on good-hearted volunteerism. So we have to do it piece by piece. So I'm going to click Run Delta Migration. It's going to read your email account right now. And it's, whoa, so it's saying failed, right? Wow. Okay. Does that mean it's done? Let's get a report. What happened? It's going to tell us what happened. Okay. So glad we're doing this together because I'd hate to have you like try to do this and then hit a failure and hit like inconsistencies, make, bro, what's going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, what's it going to say? Let's see. What does it say? Error. Internal error occurred. Unknown. User not found. Okay. So it's saying it didn't find you. Oh, that's why. Look, I misspelled it. See that? You see that?
Mm.
I put a
Yeah.
Y. You see the Y there?
Yeah.
Now we know why it didn't work.
Mhm.
Let's go back to our
Yeah.
sheet. Look, I put a Y there.
Yeah.
It's messed up. See? Bad baby. All right, I'm going to save this. Go through the same process again. Okay,
Mhm.
let me close this. We were past this part. Past this part. Leave this part. I don't want to save anything. Let's try it again. So we're going to re-upload, right? This map because it's wrong. Okay, thank you. I don't need this. Okay. This up. So we're re-uploading it, replacing it with one that's fixed, right? We fixed it.
Mm.
It uploaded successfully. Now we're running remember the run Delta migration. So run Delta
Mhm.
migration. And now it's looking, okay? So if it connects correctly, what it's going to see is going to bridge from UST21 Sybil's account to iccm.global Sybil's account. It's thinking.
Mm.
This is good. So in about 10, maybe 12 seconds, we should see this. Yep, 35.
Mm.
Now it's going to refresh in 10 more seconds and say like 350. Then in 10 more seconds. What it means, what it's saying is, I have seen 35 emails that I need to import. And then it's saying, oh, I've seen 100 emails I need to import. Oh, and it starts just chunking them, like 55.
Mm.
And it'll sit here and it'll run here probably for another 45 minutes. So, what two main things did we learn? Well, the first one is nobody with an ICCM account or nobody in ICCM should be using USD21.org for anything.
Okay. Yeah.
No students, no faculty. Nobody should be using ICCM. ICCM stuff should be on its own iccm.global
Mm.
email server. Now you may wonder, why are we calling this iccm.global? Let me show you. This is why. Because the website's called iccm.global.
Mm.
That's why.
Okay.
So now when you have a business card, you can show them, and it's very much a school. You don't
Mm.
have to explain what UST20.org is.
Mm.
The second reason is more logistic. There's obviously the branding thing, which is what I'm talking about now, the brand of it. The second part of it is you want to segregate your communication for the school from your ministry communication.
Mm.
So if I'm a president of ICCM, like, Joe Willis, then
Mm.
I want to go through this process that I just went through with you, right? So, if I click on users and I want to add Joe Willis, so this is UST21, by the way. So, right? So if I want to add Joe Willis, I would go to Joe Willis's account on I'd see if he exists in the workspace. Let me check the workspace here. Just a second. So if Joe Willis doesn't exist on this workspace, so I'm gonna look for him. Oh, there he is. Cool. So he exists. Is he using any email? Yeah,
I don't.
1.93 gigabytes of it. Oh, you know what that means? If he's using 1.93, somebody probably already exported his email and everything for him.
Mm.
I knew he was a president of one of these things, but look, he's in ICCM. He shouldn't be in ICCM. He should be in Sydney ICCM, right?
Mm.
Because this ICCM global system.
Okay.
The questions I would ask Joe and any other ICCM students in Sydney or that are associated with Austral China, if you need to, you have super administrative privileges, by the way, so you can log in right now if you want. The system is moving your stuff over, so
Mm.
see 265. So it's still cooking
Mm.
in the background. So what's happening right now is your Sybil.zhang at iccm.global email is getting packed with all your emails from UST21. It's just pulling them over. What's not
Mm.
being ported over, and this is really important detail, is files. Drive files are not ported over, just emails. So what do you
Mm.
do with that? Very simple. Let's pretend for a second, right, that I am a UST21 drive.google.com user. I'm a login as my user. So this is me, right? My UST21 email account, my UST21 email drive. And I'm like, man, I really need to deal with my iccm stuff. So here's my iccm files, right? Well, I'm going to share these, right, with Jeremy Chermel iccm.global as an editor. So now all my iccm files on UST21, I can easily log into my Jeremy Chermel thing. This is my Jeremy Chermel drive, right, on DFW or iccm.global, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. Shared with me. Here we go. Cool. Here's my files. So if I'm a UST21 iccm student that I got my email like last year and I still need it, this is the process. You got to build a list of iccm students that use UST21.org that shouldn't be using it because we're moving off of it.
Okay. Sure.
And build that import file according to the format I showed you, right?
Yeah.
And then you import them and you create their email addresses. Now their email addresses exist, right? And then you use this data import feature I just showed you, where you go from one UST21 to the other. And this file that I showed you earlier, this one here, this would have all of the different students on it, right? But you got to make sure that their iccm global account exists. It'll be an empty shell initially, just their account. But when you run this process through the data migration that we've covered, then you'll push all their emails into it. But you still need to tell them how to log in. Like it doesn't automatically send an email to them saying, oh, this is how you log in. And you still need to make sure that their contact information is up to date too. Like I removed your phone number and your your two different numbers in your personal email because there was a problem with the import and I didn't know what it was. So I just removed non-essentials, but I still need to put those in there. So if I'm you and I'm doing an import, or if I'm your email admin for your world sector and I'm doing an import, then I'm going to look at excuse me, I'm going to look at the okay. So Bethany Fry, for example. So Bethany this is the wrong one. Where are we at? Okay, this is still running. Is it running? Is it done? Let me see. I think it might be done. Let me see. Let me give it 2 more seconds. See if it's done. I think this means it's finished. I think that's what that means. Yeah. Okay, this looks done. All right. So, Sybil. I'm gonna change your password. Boom. I'm gonna make it something really simple. Change 3 this now. Okay, cool. Copy that. Reset. Now I'm gonna email this to you, right? See that? Because I left your email in there, your secondary email, it knows already your secondary email. It knows that I'm going to send. So you check this email, and now you should be able to log into this account and get the reset and all that stuff sorted.
Okay.
So you can run this process, and you're going to need to use a computer to do this process.
Yeah.
It's not going to work over a phone, but
yeah.
So now you know, right? And we've recorded how to do this. Do you have any questions? Is there any part of the process like? Do you want me to review anything? Like, how can I make it more clear?
Yeah, not really for now, because I think I just need to try it out, and then I might have questions afterwards. But for now, it's fine. It's all good. Yeah.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Okay, cool.